This is Egging for War, playing a game of Europa IV, and I was deciding who I wanted to be on the game, but I wasn't sure, so it took me a while to look around. This is the first video of the game I'm going to be playing as. I eventually decided on playing as Brandenburg, but I was looking at all the nations to see who had a better start. When I choose to use a weaker nation, but a nation that's able to build up and develop quicker than a lot of nations for this game. So as I was looking through the nations, I chose Brandenburg, but I was just checking the stats of a lot of nations to see how they start off, but I ultimately did decide on choosing Brandenburg. I called my saved game Road to Germany, but other than that, the game's about to start a little bit. So my first decision was to make an alliance with Brunswick and Austria and Poland. After I have secured an alliance with Poland, Austria, and Brunswick, I plan to start a war with the Teutonic Order. But in the long term, I am going to betray Poland first. It's going to be one of the first allies I betray. But I'm going to wait until I secure a strong enough border and I'm strong enough regional power to betray Poland. Because I'm going to use Austria to help me do that in the future so I could grab some of their territory. But first I start a few wars. The Teutonic Order. So I'm preparing to start a war with the Teutonic Order, but I'm just looking around, getting everything in order. Once I have the royal marriages and alliances with the two main superpowers, Poland and Austria, I'm going to start the war. But I want to fabricate a claim on Brandenburg and Pomeranian. So I'm choosing a few rivals, the ones that I plan on attacking first, eventually going to war with them. And I'm building up a little army. It's gonna cause me to go financially under, but I'm gonna use it to quickly start a war and then disband a few troops after the war's begun. This is actually my first video for this game on YouTube. I used to stream online, but I used to stream Total War. So I'm starting the war. Just checking who's gonna help me join that war. Recruiting my prince or king. I'm gonna recruit my prince because he has better stats. Just checking to see who they're allied with. So I started the war, and basically Poland and Austria is going to be doing all the work, but I'm going to be gaining the territory from the war. Yeah, this isn't my first time playing as Brandenburg. I played as him plenty of times on Iron Man. I have a game where I control most of Central Europe, but I control most of Northern Central Europe, and Austria controls, the bottom half of most of Central Europe, southern part. I eventually left the Empire in that game, but in this one I'm wanted to try it again, because in that game at one moment I was negative 100 prestige, but eventually I came around and saved. I wish I would have recorded that game, because that game was more better to see how even going to negative 100 prestige you can still recover. Yeah, I went to negative 100 prestige, and I also lost a lot of territory. I got broke because I got coalitioned in that game because I was very aggressive. I turned on Poland, grabbed a massive amount of Polish territory. I was at war with Austria, who coalitioned me. Basically, everyone in the most of the remaining Empire members coalitioned me, and then France coalitioned me as well in that game, and they attacked me. And with all of them attacking me, they basically broke me. But the good thing that came out of that coalition in that former game was they became appeased. So basically I lost all the people coalitioning me, even though I lost maybe I had to give up a few territories and release a few nations. There was once when they coalitioned me and they lost, but and that coalition one, they beat me and caused me negative 100 prestige. I wish I would have recorded that game, because that game was pretty good, since I went to a negative 100 prestige, got coalitioned, got defeated, lost a lot of territory, then I rebounded and did another. Then, because rebounding from a negative 100 prestige, I had to beat on a little nation and keep letting them build up troops and just keep hitting them. So that was my way of getting out of negative 100 prestige, and eventually I became a superpower again and took over. And that game was weird because I had two nations basically. My nations weren't connected because I didn't control the Prussian lands to connect it. So I controlled most of Lithuania. I controlled half of Lithuania, the upper half. And then I controlled Germany. But I didn't have the Prussian lands to connect it because Poland had control of the Prussian lands. But with both of them, it looked like I had two kingdoms. I have a few snapshots of it in my save. But I was playing on Iron Man on that one as well. But I didn't record it. The best game I ever did was on Ottomans. I think I had 700. That was my power it showed, 700 something. 726. So what I'm basically gonna do is just win this war and create a vessel and take one region from Teutonic Order. Sometimes I take two, but in my experience, when you take two, you can't really core it. So you would have to first attack a nation to basically have the ability to have a sea route ability, so you can core it. So the war is pretty much over. I won it. I'm just waiting for them to be able to create a peace agreement. Okay, back to recording. So the war is pretty much almost over. Just waiting for it to end so I could get the terms I want. I'm gonna start another war right after that, but you can't start a war when you're currently in a war with the emperor. So you gotta wait to start another war. So I'm just gonna wait. The only thing is Austria won't be able to join that war because, you know, they are the emperor, so they're not going to join the war. But I'm gonna basically, I don't need Austria's help as long I can win that war by myself. But with Poland's help, I can then, you know, disband a few troops and not have to worry about using a lot of financial money to win the war. So this war is pretty much over, just waiting for it to end and them to accept my terms. Hungary, gonna see if I can peace them out, concede defeat. See the suggested demand. But I don't really want to give anybody anything. I don't want to make my allies stronger. I just want to make them remain the way they are. No, I'm gonna decline that. So, sending the offer. I want them as a vessel. I was gonna see if I can do full annexation, but I'll just take them as a vessel and take as much money as I can from them. Even though that's gonna give me more, I'm gonna lose diplomatic power. In the beginning of the game, I chose a diplomat as one of my advisors for one coin, because I knew in the future I was gonna vassalize, you know, them in the war. I'm willing to lose a little diplomatic power to gain a vessel. So this war is pretty much over. I'm just getting the terms I would like. So I made peace with them. So I'm gonna get ready to start the war, another war. But This is going to be my last war for this video. I had to choose another rival because, you know, my former rival is too weak to be considered a rival now, since I'm now stronger. So I'm going to start a war. Just going to see if I can get a mission first, so I can gain some prestige off of taking some of their territory. So I'm going to improve my relations with Mackelberg. Then I realized that that Denmark is at war with the Pomeranian allies, so makes it easier for me to just start the war now instead of waiting and having to fight a whole bunch of minor states, but that can do a pretty decent amount of damage because they're already at war with Denmark. This prevents them from really joining my war, which gives me the advantage to win it. I'm trying to become a regional power, but it takes a pretty decent amount of time to do that. Just looking around, waiting for it to my relationship with Malkenberg to reach 100. And I'm gonna fabricate a claim on them, so I can take more than one region in the war. Because full annexation would be too much aggressive expansion, and I would have to play for the diplomatic power. But if I have claims on both of their territories, then the diplomatic power is 0. So I basically get 2 regions without having to give up diplomatic power. Just have to pay for their cores. It's good that Denmark is fighting them. Keeps them occupied. I might just have to expand into non-members of the air territory to prevent aggressive expansion. But if I do that, that will put me at you know, basically war with an imminent war with the Polish. And they aren't going to be easy to defeat unless if I have Austria defending me, which they will, because I won't aggressively attack them unless if I'm able to defeat them, which at this point it will take at least another 40-50 years to be able to militarily speaking to fight Poland and Lithuania in a war, because without Austria's help they would clearly win. And even with Austria's help, they still have a great chance of defeating me, because I'm only a small nation at this moment. So I need to gain more military power and more regions. just waiting to get to boost my relation with Mecklenburg. Hopefully, my royal marriage with Poland lasts until we get the same dynasty. Because then, if I do, you know, begin to advance into Eastern Europe, more into Eastern Europe, they will be an ally. And if we have the same dynasty, they're less likely to attack me. As long as I don't take any Polish territory. So now I'm gonna start my war. Even though Austria isn't gonna help me, I could still call Poland into the war, and they can only call one person into the war because the other two nations are currently at war with Denmark. This should be a pretty decent sized war. Nothing major, but nothing really small. It's gonna take my entire army and plus more to win it. But because I got when I sued Pomeran and Mecklenburg for peace, I took some financial fundings from them. This gives me the ability to fight a longer war without having to take out a loan as quickly as I normally would. Just gonna siege them quickly so Poland doesn't get to the siege first, because if Poland gets there first, then they're gonna claim the region.
How we doing here, bro?
The good thing about having Poland as an ally is they have Lithuania, then they have their vessels, the two vessels. to help you. So it's pretty good having them as an ally. So yeah, just pretty much waiting for the sieges to go through so I can win the war.
I don't know how to do it. Facing me? I am. I don't know how to do this shit. I haven't looked back.
So the game is pretty much over. I'm just waiting for the sieges to go through. Like I said, this is actually my first recorded video, so sorry if it's a little, the quality is not there completely. My next video should be a little better because I'm getting the hang of it now. Just looking around to see who a lot of people are at war with. Just seeing how they annexed another nation. I'm definitely gonna, with Magdeburg, I'm definitely gonna deal with them in the future. For that, I'm just gonna make them release the nation and then most likely just vassalize it after I release it. But first I wanna consume my other vessel before I do that. I'm just seeing if they had the option of vassalization, but didn't really want them as a vessel. I want to thank everybody for watching my stream, and have a nice day. This is my first official stream video. I will be making more videos. This is basically the end of the war. I'm just negotiating the terms of peace, because I want 2 regions. Just seeing how full annexation is too much. I'm just going to take some money from them. And thank you for watching this stream. Have a nice day. This is the end of the video. Just showing how simple it is to become on Iron Man, how it is to gain a lot of territory playing as Brandenburg or any smaller nation. Thank you.